What's kicking, y'all? Kwikpanik here, and I'm back with episode 2 of Kwikpanik's Deck Garage. So last week we did zombie True King kind of thing, and we did some play testing on it on the garage test, and it went atrociously. Like, we didn't lose, it was just that my opponents were not good, and it was not a good test of what we were doing. So I mentioned that this week we might try doing this with Token Black Yu-Gi-Oh guy, my buddy Julian Jones. So I'm actually going to do the deck test with him, the garage test with him this weekend, and I'll upload it later. But so, getting down to business, I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to do something more serious this week because I'm actually having a dilemma. I have Nationals is coming up, U.S. Nationals is coming up here in like a week or so, a little over a week, and I don't want to play Pure Zodiac. I just really do not want to play Pure Zodiac. I was play testing it like for hours last night and none of us enjoyed it. Like, it was not fun at all, and it's taking all top 8 places in all the other foreign nationals, and I'm afraid that might be what I have to do. And it's not because I don't want to be cookie cutter. That's not what it is. It's just that the mirror match doesn't reward skill. I mean, if you're getting into top 32, you're already at a level. You're already at a certain level, right? But you can't make skillful plays around like barrier. I mean, I guess you can summon Zodiac, Thoroughblade, and attack for 16 or 17, depending if you have Tenki on the field. But it doesn't really play around barrier. It just puts you at a disadvantage. And then if you play into the barrier, you're at a big disadvantage. It's just not a fun way to play. So barrier is like one of the biggest things right now because Pure Zodiac got popular again. All of a sudden, Dimensional Barrier is no longer a side deck card, and it's something that people are main decking. And it's also good against the Pendulum deck. I guess they can Pendulum into Zodiac monsters if they're playing Pendulum Zoo, but it kind of stops the deck a little bit. I don't know. So Dimensional Barrier is a good call, right? So one of the decks that I've been thinking about playing was something with Invoked. So Invoked obviously gets hit by Dimensional Barrier, but Invoked is a small engine, and you can actually play with stuff like Windwitch, which is a synchro engine. So if they call your synchros when you try to go into the synchro using Dimensional Barrier, you can just go ahead and Alistair and make a Raging, and then it's really hard for them to stop Raging because my body doesn't stop it, and they'll have to have another Dimensional Barrier, or they'll have to have like a Chalice, or they'll have to have a Strike already set in order to stop your Raging from activating its effect. But I don't want to just stop there. In the OCG, they actually started playing Windwitch Invoked True Draco. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to practice making this deck for my own benefit, but also hopefully for your enjoyment. And so we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with our hand traps. And I'm going to start with Max C because Max C is godly. No matter what happens, this card seems to sneak its way back into the format or just remain relevant forever. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do Ghost Ogre. We're going to run 3 of these because it hits every relevant deck in the format practically. And I'm actually going to forego Ash Blossom and put it in the side because it doesn't do so well against Pure Zodiac, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is beat that. And we're going to put in our Windwitch engine. And I'm going to start with this because there's not really any room for doing any fancy stuff with this because it's always been 3-2-1 for me. I know there was a guy who did kind of well-ish with 1 Glass Spell and 1 Snowbell, and I'm not that cool. I like to run the 2 Glass Spells just in case, because Glass Spell, if I open her and not an Ice Spell, I can summon her, get the Ice Spell, and then try again next turn. But so next we're going to go ahead. That's the entire Windwitch engine. There's nothing else I would play there. We're going to put in 3 Alistair, and when I played the True Draco Invoked deck, when I played the True Draco Invoked deck last time, I ended up playing 2 Alistair for a little bit, but I really want to see him. So we're going to run 3. And before I forget, we're going to put in our invocations, and we're going to put in, I'm only going to run 1 Meltdown, and we're not going to run any Wonder Wands because I want to use my Alistair as tribute fodder for my True Draco stuff that I'm going to put in here in a little bit. So that is basically all the Windwitch and Invoked stuff we're going to run, and then we're going to run Staples and True Dracos. So let's go ahead and just search True Draco, see what we're working with. I'm definitely going to play Masterpiece, obviously, but I need to play a couple more monsters. So I'm running 2 Masterpiece, I think. I don't want it to get too cloggy, and I can obviously search it off of Diagram, but I want to play a little bit more disruption, and I know Ram stops the disruption that is caused by Apocalypse and True King's Return when they get tributed off and destroy a card on the field, but I think I want to run 2 Dynamite Knights to get easier access to the traps. And, you know, when I set out to do this, I was kind of thinking about playing an Ignis, but Ignis is really not that great on my opponent's turn because when I'm going to activate a spell card from my deck, that's not great. Majesty Maiden helps me search for a monster, but I'm on the fence. Let's go ahead and keep it like this for now and see what we have room for later. So we obviously need Dragonic Dagger. Oh, hold on. Getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and run 2 Heritage. I think 2 Heritage would be decent. 2 Heritage? What do you think? 2 Heritage? 2 Heritage. Let's try 2 Heritage. See what happens. We'll do the 2 Heritage, and then we're going to do... I want to run 1 Apocalypse and 2 Returns. Yeah. That's what I want to do. Pretty sure. We can come back. Dragonic Diagram. And we're going to run 3 of these bad boys because, you know, we have 3. In the OCG, they only have 1. Can you imagine? We'd have room for a lot cooler stuff, actually. Anyway, so we're also going to play True King's Return. And I'm going to run 2 of those because we have 2 Dynamite Knights. So is that... oh, and we need Terraformings, obviously. So if we start with the Invoked engine, we obviously don't search for the Magical Meltdown with Terraforming, and we start trying to hit our True Draco engine. But if we need to get this started, we can always just Terraforming into the Magical Meltdown, and if that gets ashed, it gets ashed. That's the way that happens. But I'm not counting on a lot of people main decking Ash Blossom because it's not good against Pure Zoo, all that fun stuff. So I need Cosmic Cyclone in my life for sure. Let's go ahead and run 2 of these puppies. And then, what else do we want? We definitely want a Raigeki because I'm not trying to play through a Zoo board. And I know they're making Ram, but what are they going to bring back? I mean, I'm not threatened by it. Raigeki. And what do we have? The Cyclones, we have the Raigeki. I like Book of Moon, actually, a lot because it's like Dimensional Barrier. So let's go ahead and put a Book of Moon in there. Now I have 5 slots. And if people are not going to be running Ash Blossom as much as I think that we have been, I could run a small Kaiju engine. Now the Kaiju engine is beneficial in that it gives me a better matchup against True Draco if I'm going second. And, I mean, going second against anything, the Kaiju cards are going to be beneficial, I think. So, do we do that? I feel like we do that. We'll be running 20 monsters, but I don't want to feel locked out of the game. What I could also do is not run the Slumbers and just run like a mini Kaiju engine, or just run 2 Kaijus. But my big fear is that I'm going to get Kaiju'd for my good stuff. Like if I put up a Masterpiece or a Ragin that's doing some good work, or my Crystal Wing, it's going to get Kaiju'd away. But if I control a Kaiju, that can't happen. So if I go second, I mean, I can normal summon this and go through it, right? If you control no monsters, blah, 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 and then you can special summon. Nope, never mind. She has to be special summon with her own effect, and I'm not going to Slumber after that. But I could tribute off the Dryden that's causing me all the heartache, or the Masterpiece, and then special summon her, and then special summon my Kaiju after, and that protects me. So that means we wouldn't play Slumber? Question mark? Also, Slumber just gets ashed, right? Like the people who are playing Ash still. And then it just makes me sad. Plus I have monsters I want to keep on board. Okay, let's play. We're going to do something funny. I saw somebody else do this, so not taking any sort of credit for it. But we're going to play Gamma Seal. I just feel like Gamma Seal is definitely the best Kaiju play for the week 1. And I'm going to play... We could play 2 Gamma Seals and a Godarla. Or we run... Okay, Godarla. We're real. People aren't going to play Ash, right? Probably not. Okay, so Godarla and... what's my other friend's name? Thunder King. I don't know why I typed Thunder thinking that'd be fine. But Thunder King is one word. It's 2 words. Just kidding. Testing. Okay, so Thunder King, I wish I could play Ryo. That'd be really cool. And then we'll play 2 Slumbers. Hopefully this doesn't bite us in the butt, but. Okay, so that's our main deck. Might be kind of iffy. We'll see in the test runs. So I feel pretty comfortable with this. I don't have any answers for like a board wipe. Like we're not playing my body, which is really a good card, huh? What if we just play 2 kaijus? Like 2 tech kaijus. I mean, we could discard them send them for invocation if we need to. But we want to play 2 different names, Godarla and Gameciel. Let's try it. This gives us more room in here. I know board wipes are good, but my body's a huge thing, right? My body's definitely a huge thing. And we'll play some traps. Or we'll play my bodies. They can't destroy my Crystal Wing anyway. But if they Trident pop, they can't destroy my Masterpiece with anything really. Let's play 3 strikes, because I've been testing with 3 strikes and I like it. So we'll play 3 strikes. And that's just because it hits Pendulum and it hits Zoo. Okay, so extra deck. We're going to play Invoked. We're playing 3 Ragin because we're playing the Windwitch engine, obviously. We're going to play 2 Mechaba because we have 5 lights in the deck and Mechaba is godly. We're going to play 2 Magalanica just because Zoo is so popular and if I need to go into another beat stick. Okay, we're going to play 1 Purgatorio because Ash Blossom is definitely a thing. Even though I'm saying it's not going to be played as much, it's still a thing. Plus, we're going to be siding Ash Blossom, so I think that's justifiable. I don't think we play Elysium. But we would miss it if we didn't have it, huh? And it's not like I have a whole bunch of room for stuff. Let's play Elysium. If it works, it works. If not, well, it doesn't work. So, and then we need to get our Clear Wing. And then we need our Crystal Wing. And then I want Chanbara. Chanbara? Oh, okay, Chanbara. Who are you? There's another Chanbara? Who knew that? No, nobody knew that. That's a irrelevant card. Okay, so we have those 3. Are there any XYZs we want to play? I mean, I could 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8 on top of another 8. Like the chances of that are not that great. There's potential for me to maybe have 2 level 4s on the field? Question mark. I could have a 3 and a 4, a 3 and a 6. Nah, it's not really worth, is it? So let's go ahead and get our Winterbell. Winternell. Hell or Bell. Okay, so Winterbell, and let's just put in another 8 for good measure, and we'll do Stardust. Stardust. There you go. You're in. Okay, so A through Z. So let's actually do a side deck this time. I don't think I did last time. So we're gonna side deck the Ash Blossoms because it's still really good against True Draco. And I don't want to forget this, so I'm gonna add it now. But I want Twin Twisters in here. We're putting Twin Twisters in here for sure because it's really good against the pure Zodiac matchup. And what else can we run in here? We can also run... Do any of my cards activate in the graveyard? All of my True Draco spells and traps do, but I want something for dinos. So let's say... What about Soul Drain? Monsters. Oh, see, I can still get my other stuff. We're definitely putting this in. We'll put in Soul Drain, and we're going to put in Imperial Order. Because these are continuous traps that I can also use as tribute fodder. And what does Deck Lockdown do? I think Deck Lockdown is pretty good. Pretty good. Neither player can add cards from the deck to the hand. Monsters cannot be special in the main deck. It's a continuous spell we could tribute off. I mean, this hits Zodiac. And it hits True Draco. Kind of. Let's go ahead and ignore that for a little bit, and we're going to put an anti-spell because I'm not a huge fan of the Pendulum deck. I've already talked about that. I'm going to put in a warning, and I'm going to put in Dimensional Barrier because that card is sick. And I'm going to side 3 of them. And then our last card. What is our last card? How about we take out... Do we take out the warning? So for the True Draco matchup, we have 2 Cyclones, and that's about it. But we also have the Kaijus main decked. Do we want another... Let's put in another Gamma Seal for when we go second. Okay, that's rough, but I think that's how it's going to work. So that's the entire deck. Play around with this deck if you could, guys, and let me know if there are any things that I missed. And you guys did a great job of letting me know that I forgot my friend Beals in the zombie deck. What the heck? So that's all I got for today. Please leave a like if you like this, and leave a comment down below and tell me what you want to see next week or in the future, or what you'd like to see changed about this series. I'm going to go ahead and play some test games with Token Black Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think that's going to do it for today. I think I like the way that this is looking, so I'm going to play test this in real life, and then we're obviously going to play the test matches. But that's all I got for today. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Later!